Hello, good evening. Hi Prajay, Virendra, Dr. Bharat, Neha, hello. Hello. So, thank you guys and girls for joining and welcome to Homeopathy Junction Tea Break Diaries. So, today we are going to talk to Dr. Sheetal Bidri, who is a pediatrician, talk to a pediatrician. So, let's have Dr. Sheetal with us. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Hello. I hope all are doing fine in the COVID times. Hi, Dr. Sheetal.
Hi, Dr. Yamini.
Good evening. How are you?
Is there an echo?
Uh, Not for me,
I
but
can't
can
hear
you
you.
please tell? You can't hear me
No, I can't hear you.
now. There's a echo. Can you wear a headphone? Try with a
I
headphone.
I don't have headphones with me.
You don't have. So I will wait.
Try to remove your headphones.
Just a second. I'm not able to hear you. There is no voice.
Hey guys, can
Can
you
you
just
speak?
if the
Yeah.
echo still there?
Yeah, please tell us whether there is echo or not. Because I'm fine, I can hear you properly now.
No echo from my side also.
Hmm. Let's wait for people to reply. Yes,
So,
perfect. So one person says perfect. Please give us a quick reply. Is it fine? Dr. Webber, okay. It's fine. Okay,
totally
thank
fine.
you. Great. So thank you so much, Dr. Sheetal Bidri, for joining us.
My pleasure.
It's our pleasure too. So, guys, I want to give a quick introduction of Dr. Sheetal to you, and then we'll start our casual talk with us. So, Dr. Sheetal is a very passionate homeopath. She's a holistic health enthusiast, and she has done her graduation and post graduation both from the Government Homeopathic Medical College, Bangalore, and she is very much inspired by her teacher, Dr. Usha. She completed the basic modules and SCPH module from the School of Predictive Homoeopathy as well. She has learned from many doctors across the nation in Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, Kolkata, including Dr. Sanjeev Dole, Dr. Gaurang Gaikwad, Dr. Sunirmal Sarkar, and also she has taken this extensive training from Dr. Sankaran through his WWR online module, and she was very instrumental in the editing of the books of Dr. Sarkar and Dr. Gaurang Gaikwad. The book you must be knowing, that is Just You Think, and a very famous book. Books by Dr. Gaurang Gaikwad, The Materia Medica of No Suits and Sarcoats, and Decoding the Mental Rubrics. And most of the people who have joined us, they know that you are a health enthusiast. Along with that, you do a lot of things for fitness also. You run, so you have a lot of qualities which we'll explore today. So we are very happy to have you. Welcome again.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for a wonderful introduction. And let's see what are we going to explore today. I'm nervous and excited both. This is my
I'm also very much excited. Don't be nervous, you are a superstar. So
uh,
okay, Dr. Sheetal, yeah,
so
you're saying something.
this first because it's 8 o'clock and I do not have tea with me. I have hot water.
Okay. Dr. Cheetal, your voice is cracking in between. So it's
Yeah,
like coming and going.
I'm on Wi-Fi.
Uh, your internet connection is okay? How's the speed?
5G, yeah. Totally fine.
video.
I'm just checking
Okay.
the connectivity.
Yeah, just check.
Achha. How about now?
Yeah, it's better.
No, the speed is quite good of my Wi-Fi.
Okay. So let's see what happens, because if it cracks, I'll tell you in between.
Move it to data if it is not still cracking.
Yes,
Guys,
yes,
let
we'll do.
in between so that it goes smoothly.
Well, I didn't get it.
Let the audience tell us if the voice is cracking,
Yes,
and
yes.
actually
Few people are saying that it is cracking.
it's better
Voice is
now.
choppy. Yes, it is cracking. Yeah, somebody said that it is better now.
Okay, done. If there is anything in between, let them inform us so that we can go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So, Dr. Sheetal, my first question is,
Okay.
how you came into homeopathy? Because most of the times, people come by chance. Okay. So, what was your story? Just tell us your story. How you came into homeopathy? How you did B.H.M.S.
Okay. Before that backstory, I'll tell you a little bit that I did not believe in homeopathy at all. I hated homeopathy, and as a I really hated homeopathy a lot. And my father is a staunch believer in homeopathy, and
Okay.
he got cured of his DVT through homeopathy by a own doctor here, Dr. Rajesh. So after that, he developed so much interest towards homeopathy. He always made us have homeopathy for any fever, cold, cough, and I'll be like, no, I want to go to school tomorrow. I cannot be on homeopathy. It's too slow. I can't deal with this. Put me back on the same thing. I do not believe in it, and I just think because it's sweet and nice, I can take it to school and things like that. So technically, my history goes like I did not want to get into homeopathy. As a child, I was aspiring to be somewhere in art. Like I wanted to be in fine arts. I wanted to go to this college called Chitrikala Parishad in Bangalore. Is someone saying it's not audible? I'll just move it to data. Give me a moment.
Yes. Hello. I guess the network is shifting. Okay. As I need to add Dr. Sheetal again. For me also, her voice was little not clear. Hello. Yeah.
Now, how is it
Yeah, it's better.
done? Okay, I just moved it to data. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience, guys.
Somebody is
So,
saying, can you sit little near to your mic, like phone?
right in front of my phone, right?
But it's better than before, I guess.
अच्छा ठीक है कोई बात नहीं. So where were we? So I was talking about how I hated homeopathy, and my father was a staunch believer. So when I finished my PUC, my father, I was obviously like a kid who wanted to do arts, and my father said, "There's no future in this. You're not an MFSN. Everybody's not lucky to get there, and things like that." So he put me into homeopathy. For 3 years, I think I was like so angry with him. Like, why did he have to put me here? Why did I? Wanted to put me in this particular college. I can't understand anything. I don't even know this is my purpose in life. So actually, I didn't even think about what I'm gonna do later. But as in they, till my second year, I'll be like, ye exam, if I don't do well, मैं तो quit कर दूँ. I'll get back, I'll quit and I'll go away. So all the time when I wrote my exams, I had this feeling that, nah, this is not for me, this is not for me. And, I saw so many students there, they are scoring in 90s and 70s and they're studying so well. And, I am an average student. And I'm not so good with my studies back in the day. So I feel very demotivated. I'm not even enjoying. But it was the moment you feel that this is where I want to be. So is in my third year. We were taught by Dr. Usha. She is my greatest inspiration. I mean, I strive daily to be at least 1% like her, the homeopath she is, the human being she is. She inspired me by narrating a few cases of her. So she teaches obstetrics and gynecology. So she inspired me of children being so changing the whole life of a particular person. From, for example, there was a case of, attempt of suicide. So the child was in so much of depression, and she got him out of that, and then now he is a well-known scientist and is working in different fields in science. So things like that. All teachers, so she had a long journey of the patients to tell. So things like those inspired me to, hey, इसमें कुछ बात है. Something was there in this. And then there were OPDs. We had OPDs of obstetrics and gynecology again. So the infertility cases, you know how it is when you treat an infertility case and through homeopathy, I still get goosebumps, if I as a, for 18-year-old, I mean, or 19-year-old, you see that, somebody's trying to have a child and that your whole life is just that, and you're not able to. And homeopathy is helping them conceive, and without any, major kharche, like, there's not much of expenditure, and, we are able to make them conceive in a very minute and, very sweet pills. So that, when I saw a case history of a lady who conceived in the 32nd year, and she came with the baby with a box full of sweets and was distributed in the OPD. That was like, I got goosebumps, and I like, yeah, karna hai to yahi karna hai. Like, if I'm doing this, I have to give in my heart and soul and do this particular field. And that was the start. That after that I started, learning as much as I can from different places. So that was the main, start where, acha, this is where I have to. After that, in my masters is when I started thanking my dad silently. That thank God, thank God I was here, because you touch so many lives, you change so many lives, you learn from so many lives, So it was like something which got me happy. So I think I'm glad, universe conspired, and I'm a homeopath today. So yeah.
Really, it generally happens with most of the people. I would say 80% of homeopaths become homeopaths, after coming into that field. They don't actually aspire to become homeopaths, but they do by chance, and then they start loving it, and they do wonders for others and for themselves as well. So for me also, my father was an inspiration. For me also, it was the same. I was not very much into homeopathy, but my father was very staunch follower of it, and he used to love homeopathy. Though he's a lawyer, but he loves homeopathy, and he kind of pushed me to go into it. So,
the best part about it, like as we learn our philosophy and all that, everywhere I saw this, homeopathy is art and science. Homeopathy is art and science. What is happening? Why is he saying art? And that took my attention a bit, because I have a soft corner for art, and let me see what is the art in this and stuff. But the true meaning of the art part of it is actually when I learned or I realized or trying to get there is when I start I realized science that we need to uh, master in. So that's when I started enjoying homeopathy a lot more because the art part really attracted me, and I'm like, wow, this is like so good.
Really, really. It's so interesting when you actually experience the wonders of homeopathy and especially the results. So they are really astonishing.
Exactly. And I think even you also share your, I mean, you also solve your cases very artistically. And I don't know when I will be able to learn from you.
Oh my God. Yeah. But yes, I also believe in this that, these days I tell people after, learning and doing so many of cases and learning different methodologies, I also feel that homeopathy is more art than science. Of course, it is science, but it is more, art and more artistic. And when you do this, you just get that intuition that how we should approach this case or particular thing because it's so different
Exactly. It's
in
not,
each case.
yeah. I think there is some problem with the video. Have you checked your,
Yes. Mm,
मेरा तो internet full है. Is your internet connection is
yeah,
good?
yeah, my internet is also full. Okay. I guess in between it got blurred. Now it's fine.
Acha. Guys, if in case there's any problem, please let us know. Or please check your internet also.
Yes. Okay. Okay, Dr. Sheetal. So tell us. So then, in third year, you really believed in homeopathy and started taking interest in that due to your teacher, Dr. Usha. Tell us, your memories of undergraduate when you really felt that it's wow. एकदम बहुत अच्छा है whatever I am doing. Just share some experiences, some memories.
So, in one of the major highlights for me was the obstetrics and gynecology OPDs. That was the main
Okay.
turning point. But also, I had this another teacher called Dr. Mudassir Mulek. So he is known for a line of patients. We know that Tuesday, Friday, aaya to it is Mullah Sir ki clinic because the line would go till the entrance. So I used to
Okay.
wonder that there are so many people who are actually desperate and they're ready to wait for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. They're ready to wait to get treatment from him. And where with Dr. Mullah I learned was the power of single dose. And he would prescribe single dose for every pathology. And it's just few words like ठीक हो जाएगा, ठीक है, ठीक हो जाएगा. And that one single dose was just so miraculous. Big pathologies, like even things like megacolon, Hurston's disease, or fibroids, kidney stones. Without mother tinctures, he would, with single dose, he was able to cure them in, no time. Not like on a year long or 2 year long treatment, but his way of, treatment was that. And then there was Dr. Vijay Krishna sir. He taught us Medina Medica so well, and so he used to grab our attention and keep us there with the whole Medina Medica class. You won't believe it. The first drug he taught us was Ethusas and that was in first year in 2009. So I still remember the whole class, how he put which part of the board he wrote the sphere of action, the violence and everything. The way he put across, that way my materia medica. I sometimes did not have to read much. When I had to write an exam, it was to be like, just recap the whole class and we would get that. So I think wherever I was possible, I think I just grabbed an opportunity to learn from people. The, as an undergraduate from the third year, final year, I was a bit, feeling bad a bit that I was not able to practice under anybody. Because, I stayed far away from my doctors like B.H.M.S or Mulla sir, and Usha ma'am did not have an OPD. So always, I had this back of my head, all my friends are going to, clinics and all that, but I'm not able to go, and all I can do is only the OPDs I can attend during our clinicals. And I had that back of my mind that, Arey yaar, I'm missing out on this, I'm missing out on this. But I didn't know that life was, planning something else for me. So I was like, okay, fine, kuch bhi hota hai, achhe bhi hota hai. So I think the major part of UG went in realization, and I was a bit musty. I was not, so I was known to be as the naughty temper girl. So, and we were three of us, Dr. Namrata, Dr. Poonam, and me. We were always together, and we trolled a lot for it. But yeah, we had a fun bit of it. We participated in all the cultural activities, literary activities. So we not have inter-college stuff. So am I there? Hello?
Yeah. Now it got paused for a second.
Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, no problem. So that way I had my fun bit of it also. Not like I was like a studious. I told you I was not a studious girl. I was more into balancing life here everywhere. Like a lot of fun, lot of play, lot of work, and whenever I have to study. So yeah, it was a balanced thing. And I think I'll tell you at this point that me and Dr. Namrata, we used to when I came into masters or during our internship. During our internship, we got that freedom, we got that freedom where acha hum doctors hai, we used to take those tea breaks, to, go out and all those that little bit of proud feeling. So what is we take these breaks at 11 o'clock. So we like हम लोग sulfur है क्या? Like sometimes we used to wonder. So 11 o'clock, all of us feel hungry and we have to go to tea. And that became like one ritual sort of a thing. And even if you see my Instagram highlights, you will find one chai chacha highlights. Those back in Narrow. So at that time, I think we developed this habit of reducing the gossip and increasing the number of cases or what did we learn, which book we read, what we exchanged thoughts in that. So I think this particular session is giving me nostalgia about Dr. Namrata. I don't know if she's joined in, but yeah. So that we used to have these chai pe charche kind of situation where stand us together. There were times after the 4 o'clock. We would stand till 5 o'clock and we didn't realize because we're talking non-stop about homeopathy. So we didn't realize the time when, then when we order the fourth chai, then we realize we have to go.
Okay. And how did you decide to do post-graduation after your UG?
So I told you my realization came a bit later, right? So like I started seriously studying into the system after a little longer time. So I had some time back to the head that I think I'm not ready. I have to deal with a lot of life. I have to study, and the urge for studying more and refining my skills and basics was there. And I was very adamant from my internship that I need to do my masters immediately. I don't want to break. So I wanted to do masters, and I had decided that government college में ही चाहिए, pediatrics में ही चाहिए. And no, I don't know, like I had made up my mind and started preparing for the exams in between of my internship only. So I had it back in the day, and the reason why I chose pediatrics was, like again goes back to Dr. Usha, where I was so inspired by the keeping alive and obstetrics, and we don't have a master's in obstetrics gynecology. So the next best thing is, to deal with the
Pediatrics.
so
Yes.
I was really motivated to, learn more about pediatrics and go in depth of the whole. So
Okay.
yeah, that's why I had just made up my mind to just go about it.
Okay. You are also interested in teaching because many people do PG for teaching sometimes.
That was another add-on because we had 25 hours of teaching, and I did a bit of
Hmm.
extra teaching too because out of my interest. So when I started my master's, so I was studying embryology a lot because back then I was doing
Okay.
homeopathy and I was learning about it. So मेरे को समझ में आ रहा था the way of it. So I thought I learn embryology a lot. So when I learned embryology, I was like I should teach this. I should teach this to the first years, and first years did not have a teacher. So during my masters, I could set in a class for the first years without having it to be recorded in my books. I used to give classes like that. So yeah, teaching comes as a passion for me because I believe that whatever it is, how much ever I know, even if it is just one or two, even if it is one plus one two, now but I have to tell it to somebody. Then it is like satisfaction. Like I feel good about it, and I always believe that one time teaching is two time learning. So I will be learning also because I prepare so much and learn from because I have to teach and I have to answer questions, right, if they ask me. So I would be more prepared. So that again it's again learning driven. Teaching is also, and the imparting and sharing the knowledge is something I really love and comes as a passion. Teaching, yes, that was the second add-on. And the third add-on for my masters is the vast OPD. I had a vast OPD, and during my internship, I knew that pediatrics is damn good, and we have the liberty to prescribe our own medicines. And because in internship, when we were prescribing, medicines, our seniors were very
Yes.
encouraging that they train में कोई नहीं रहेगा, so you have to take cases. So back in internship only we built this kind of a rapport with patients where patients to come directly to the interns looking for us and
Yes. Yeah, the first contact is intern only.
so that way I decided that I have to go to pediatric, I mean, utilize the pediatric OPD in our college. And since it's a government college, we had like a lot of programs or school health checkup. Although we are a learning process to get better in the stream of pediatrics, so I didn't want to miss the chance. So OPD is the first main reason, second is teaching, and then
And then third one is?
third one is again the whole teachers what I have. So that the comfort of home of being in Bangalore. So yeah, that is what it is.
Wow, wow. So that's a nice story. Very nice. So, so you're completely enjoying your pediatric practice now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I was in my masters, 3 years, I don't know how it flew. I used to talk to my colleague, Dr. Matthews. She, when we started off, I'm still getting goosebumps. Like, when we saw a child who is, who's putting on weight, hasn't got the milestones, not able to walk. And by the end part of our, we see this child is grown so well, and he's just coming for a follow up, and he recognizes us, and it becomes so. With children, it is more pure, and that innocence what we capture in the OPD is. And these 3 years in purely in pediatric OPD was the best period of my learning journey because I think we had wonderful seniors. Like I think they were my teachers during my masters. Dr. Surya, Dr. Lavanya. These three were like a guiding forces who actually taught me how to take a pediatric case and how to go with a pediatric case and what books to refer and things like that. So we had a nice, synergy of doctors. They never took us like seniors or juniors. So every case, all of us knew. So we knew like, this case को ये दिया है, ये case को वो दिया है. And we used to discuss during our lunch times. It is talking about having nobody, क्या देना है, इसका the different levels क्या है. So it talks became so broad towards and it was fun. I really loved it. Many of them did not like because it comes with the politics and all of that, but we have to ignore the noise and go to wherever you want to. So I think that is something the journey is a part and parcel.
Yes, it's a part and parcel, definitely. And when something good comes, some things are obviously there which you might not like or might not go along with. That's fine. I mean, that's a part of everything, every process in life. So that's wonderful. And most that the whole internship part and this college days, they are treasure boxes. You collect so many memories in those times, and when actually you are doing, we don't even realize that how much precious the time is when it just goes off, and you come into this real practice and the real world, and then you realize that my god, abhi khatam ho gaya kya. I feel the same till now.
I still want to go back and still in class. I just feel like अरे कोई तो बताओ कुछ तो बताओ.
Definitely. There is a lot of enthusiasm in that, no? And which decreases with time, I guess. In some...
Even when I attend webinars, that is why I love attending seminars before. So because it's there and take a book and write everything, and I just learn. It's just nice to learn.
Definitely. Okay, so Dr. Sheetal, also tell us that you have learned from many doctors, and you went to Pune and you went to Kolkata. So how this journey started? How you went to all these masters? How you started?
So during my masters, I was studying. A secret is that during my masters, I was so towards the end of my masters, I felt that I was focusing so much on the clinical part of it. So यार कहीं ना कहीं तो मैंने अपने होम्योपैथी को कोई छोड़ दिया. Like I felt a little bit of but during
Dr. Sheetal, your voice is cracking. 1 minute, just a second. Okay, can you speak again?
Yeah. So during my masters, I was into reading Nelson's a lot. Every time any seminar comes or anything, I would always read from Nelson's, and whatever it is, I would read. But if there's a group discussion or anything, it's always about clinically, I want to be popular. So I used to always read from Nelson and see how I can get better and better at it. So even Usha was actually so that I felt like that's a big board. Boards mere sir pe don't call me that. I feel like I don't do justice to reading Nelson, and you cannot call me a me Nelson. So at that moment, I think I started. There were a lot of seminars that were happening. These modules of attending Segal's seminar. I was attending everything, Dr. Banerjee's protocols. So during my internship, that is when I started off going to seminars. I used to go alone. I was back in home. So I was alone here, and fine, it's okay, just go. So I realized on these seminars that so much to learn from. Couldn't get something one. So, first out,
Dr. Sheetal, once again, your voice is not coming. Many people has wrote here that it's not properly audible. What to do? Actually, it's cracking in between.
My network is full actually. If I change my network, now life khatam ho jayega fir se.
Huh. No, no, don't change. I don't think it's a
My
problem of
network
a
is,
network because your video is quite clear.
yeah. I think
So for the audio, can you use headphones? But she doesn't have the headphones. That's the problem.
sorry guys.
Okay. So okay,
Uh,
you speak again. We'll see. In between कुछ होता है तो I'll tell you. Again, that is what we can do.
yeah. So that's why I realized Bangalore protocol होने के बाद there was a big seminar in Bangalore
Okay.
actually showing cancer cells being proliferative or the normal cells coming into after giving homeopathic medicine in petri dishes. So I thought that they're actually doing research work and they are giving it to people and real patients and they're showing real cases and it's just I didn't want to be stuck up. I did not want to be stuck up to one particular way of treatment because uh, like I say that in Bangalore there is a way of treatment like probably we're not so exposed to different modes like like, I was lucky to have because he taught us ways to handle a case from specifics to constitutional to anti-homeopathic to independent auto-coaching and it was a mixture of everything here. The problem is like it's much in one or two hours. So that's why I wanted to learn first was there was a seminar language of that happened connected by Indians who want to community. And that's where I people of homeopathy Praveen Kumar then I think the was there. Then even there are so many doctors who were showing their expertise everywhere. And then I actually tried to socialize. Since again I went alone, to socialize with the doctors. But since I go alone usually, I'm able to socialize with people. I was socialized with everybody, like, I was a staff doctor, sort of stuff, yeah, college, he took his contact. And because I know I keep going to Pune often to meet my sister, so I took his contact like can I come to learn from you? That's when that was the ice breaking moment for me because I started feeling comfortable. Huh, like and everybody wants to push you. Everybody want to make you learn and get better. Seminar. That's how I started, Actually, I have not mentioned it to you. I first learned under Dr. Ajit Kulkarni and he used to practice in Pune only in the weekends and he go to Satara in the weekdays. So he did
Okay.
and still I would leave her at home and go to spend the whole day with her sir and his son, Dr.
Dr. Sheetal, again the voice is breaking.
And it was
I don't know why voice is breaking, yeah.
and do you have a fan off? Okay, let me see if I can switch off the fan and see.
And I will also do that. Just a second.
How about now?
No. How is the voice? Is it breaking in between? Sana? Yes.
Now, how is it now?
It is. Yeah, it's good for me now.
Yeah, I think.
Uh, Guys, how is it? It's better. Someone said, yeah, erase someone's day. Yeah, we have not ended yet. We are still in conversation with Dr. Sheetal. Please stay.
Yes, yes.
Some other noise.
I'm
I guess it is better now. It is better now. Good?
done.
Yes.
So that's what I started off going with Dr. Ajit Kulkarni, and that's when I started approaching whoever I could meet in any seminars. I would take their card. I would try to contact them, leave them an email. So all those things started, and one thing led to another. I'm going in different clinics. So that's how I started off doing. And like I told you, Pune is something which I keep going, so I utilize the maximum there. So,
That's great.
so Dr. Dhole was, another person. He taught me a lot. He was like, chalta firta borik, and he would teach.
Who?
Dr. Dhole in the Pune,
Dr.
Sanjeev.
Dole. Yes. Sanjeev Dole. Yes.
I learned a lot from him. So I was there for continuous period of 2 weeks. So I used to go every day, sit with him. And meanwhile, I went to other places like Prana, or there was another doctor called Dr. Ravi Turpule. So
Mhm.
I went because he knew much about the Segal's method of
Okay.
so I went to learn from him. He was so humble enough. Like again, I'm telling you that homeopaths just want to teach. I think that's the inbuilt feature of all homeopaths.
Definitely.
So when I went there, I just wanted to see some cases how exactly Segal's method is like. How do we go about? They were talking because they pick up only the mind symptom and see what is the most persistent, peculiar, feature that comes up, and they connect it to the rest of it. So
Mhm.
that I went there. He took a whole seminar. He made me sit and he put up PPT, and I wrote down notes and I still have them with me. Like he gave me a whole guideline of the whole seminar Segel method. He would teach me like some rubrics where there are metaphorical meanings for rubrics. So things like that. It was something very different for me because I was fresh for Segel method. I tried predictive. Dr. Sankaran sirs was later on that came in, but yeah. So boric, specific, and everything, rare remedies. So Dr. Dhole actually first opened my eyes towards the rare remedies. So after which, learned a lot from Dr. Gaurang also. I used to attend the seminars a lot. He used to come to Bangalore for certain seminars, so he invited me for some guest lectures of his. So from there, again I made contact, and he involved me in Just You Think, because of which I had to record certain cases and do the corrections of the book. So I went to Kolkata, spent 1 month with Sarkar, and that was, I don't know, that was the best thing that has happened in my homeopathic career, because I think it changed a lot for me. In all aspects of my life, it has changed a lot, but on the homeopathic front, I think it opened my eyes to an ocean full of methods, an ocean full of remedies that we are not using. And I saw him prescribe all of that, and it was just so good. It was so good. Like little bit of I was reading boric all throughout before I went to Dr. Sarkar, because I know he is also like he has Kent on his tip of tongue. He has everything on the tip of his tongue. And every time, there was a case, and he would be like, "Huh, kholo, और एक खोलो देखो क्या है, बताओ क्या है उसमें. So
And you will also tell the page number and read that page number.
So it so happened that Kolkata was something. This was the first time I was coming out of my comfort zone. So I've never left my home. I've never left my people, and this was the first time I was going away from to a unknown place, and nobody knows me there. I'm all by myself. I'm living in a PG, and had to find out things by myself. So that was out of my comfort zone, and it so happened I went with Dr. Namrata also, and we missed our flight on the day. It was a Guruvar, so we wanted to meet the Guru on the Guruvar, and so excited and all those. But that was the first time I missed my flight. But once I got to the clinic, the first case I could see was a case of infantile juvenile diabetic mellitus, and they had stopped the insulin. It was a follow-up, and they had a book written, after homeopathic treatment, kaisa kaisa hai. There was a 1 week of follow-up that that said that the child did not receive insulin for a long time. So imagine type 1 diabetic mellitus, not taking insulin for at least a week just on homeopathy.
Yeah, and that too a juvenile one. That's a wonder thing.
One, there's no insulin, so I was like, this is something. I mean, it was too much for me to take on the first day, this thing, because I still remember when I entered the room of Dr. Sarkar, I felt like I was in a movie and that aura was coming. Like that. You meet the hero first time. I was like. I was awestruck, and so has this aura. He has this, such a positive aura. I don't know, I felt like a cloud 9 being in that room, and he made us sit beside him, just beside him, and I think that has been the most rewarding thing of my journey, and I would never forget it. And I think I would still thank Dr. Sarkar for how much ever he has taught me, because he used to tell that homeopathy na बुक से नहीं सीख सकते आप, कोई आपको सिखाना पड़ता है, हाथ पकड़ के सिखाना पड़ता है. So there were times when there were follow-ups that came in, and he would hold my hand, देखो क्या कर सकता है. He wouldn't talk much because it was a week. Still, he thought that he didn't know my name. He didn't know what I'm doing, and he didn't know where I came from. He always thought I came from Mumbai. And it took me a week. Sir, मेरा नाम शीतल है, मैं बैंगलोर से आई हूँ.
Yes. So he all the time he's so engrossed in his whatever he is doing. No, he just forgets everything.
So we used to be like sir, डर के we used to be like sir, pani.
Yes.
Moments were something which I think they are unforgettable. Like there was another scenario where every day there used to be at least 7 to 8 ambulances, like as though it's a casualty. Ambulances lined outside the sir's clinic. He used to come out, and we all used to go and see how he's taking the key. He would never compromise, that's one thing I learned from him also, never compromise on physical examination, pupils ho, temperature ho, everything, So that's something I really learned from him, to take the observations into consideration, So things like that, and I think I can never forget my journey there. Another thing I should tell you about Kolkata journey is Thakur Nagar Clinic. Thakur Nagar Clinic is something else. It is like a hospital. He has a bed where chronic cases were they would come and lie down there, and so there is a 2-hour train journey. So the 2-hour train journey from Salt Lake to Thakur Nagar. I used to travel there. It's a local train, so we used to go and cramped up, and everybody pushing, no place to sit, and go standing halfway. So 2-hour journey. Used to leave early. It used to be very cold in Kolkata, so to leave. If I miss the 7 o'clock train, I'm going to reach so late for the OPD. So, and every time we had to go in very early and, stay there. So during that train journey, I used to read Boric. I used to sit and read Boric and try to get in more information, whatever I could learn from. And that train journey was something, I enjoyed, because at least, I used to keep a target ki itna sara khatam karna hai, itna sara khatam karna hai. So that made me, acquainted with the remedies he's prescribing. Because whatever he prescribes, it comes from the rare remedies. It will never come from the main remedies.
Yes.
So every time I used to, and that's when I started reading the relationship part of Boric, where all these smaller remedies are given. And I would have never, looked into that. And yeah, that's something I totally adore. That whole train journey. On the last train journey, I missed my train, and I had to go early to meet him before the OPD because I was going to leave, and I missed that train. Again, see, the missing part is there. Whenever I have to, die hardly want to meet Sarkar sir, I have to miss something. So I missed my train again. I took a random train. I don't know how. I took a random train, went halfway, changed the train again. I went halfway, and I reached on time. And I found him finally, on while he was doing his yoga. He made me sit and he spoke to me, and that was so magical. Like, to just speak to him, no filter, and he was asking me, like, what about what are you going to do next, and what is going to happen. And one thing he said, that there should be, देखो बेटा, dedication or dedication ही आपको आगे बढ़ा सकता है, and you should not give up that. He said that as a lady you will have some limitations, but I want to still prove him wrong in that. So that's why I keep I don't want to leave my practice for anything. So that's something I think he motivated. And on that note, I'll show you this thing before leaving. Now I have taken from him. I don't know. I think it'll come as a mirror image. So I'll just read out to you what I take his autograph. So he told that two sheets, do not stop until the goal is reached. With blessings, Dr. Sarkar. So I think that whenever I'm low, I just look at that. I just look at that and I'm like, yeah, no, Sheetal, stop. Just go on. It's very motivating. And the practice is something, what we see in Thakur Nagar or Salt Lake with Dr. Sarkar. I think मेरा जो 3 साल में मैंने ओपीडी नहीं देखा, वो 1 महीने में मैंने इतना सीख लिया कि I feel so bad. This lockdown has actually tied me down here because it's so badly want to go see him, and we wanted to go for the World Homeopathy Day, but I don't know when I'm going to see him next. So I think changed my life completely as as a human being also. I'll tell you an anecdote. It was like one of the OPD days. Dr. Sarkar, again, he was as usual taking cases. So that day the cases crossed 80. So usually we finished by 8:30, and then I walk towards a home food and then it's very dark in the night. So I did not have any other friends, other doctors who were attending the clinic. So I was going to go to my PG alone. So there are these rickshaws, in Kolkata, the cycle ones. There's one rickshaw always waiting for sir in case he has to go somewhere. So he took me in that, and these small moments that I felt with him, that has engrossed in me so much that that keeps me going, that keeps me not to stop, or keeps me on my toes with homeopathy. So in that journey, it was just 2 blocks away, and still he wanted to drop me. I sat with him, and he told me that देखो बेटा, practice ही सब कुछ है, and what you have to do is just read. Only if you read, you will be able to practice. If you do not read, then there's nothing. So the importance of reading daily is something he engraved into me. I was getting there after I started after my masters, because I had to meet him and I had to get acquainted with Boric. But with him telling me that, and to help myself to broaden my own horizon, I think that is something I have these many anecdotes with Dr. Sarkar, which I can keep giving you, and I think I bore everybody with my Kolkata story, because Kolkata was the most beautiful journey of my life, and I had taken a complete break. There was no Instagram, nothing. I was just, totally out of. Nobody knew I was in Kolkata. It was except my family. Kolkata. So I was giving in how much ever I can for homeopathy, to learn homeopathy, and from the best in homeopathy. So I did not want to lose out on any, thing there. So yeah, of course the food was good there.
Definitely, the Bangla food. Okay, so that's great. So tell us, what is your message for the young students of homeopathy, and for all of us, for myself? Tell us some advice which we can take from you.
Well, how can I give advice to?
No, you can tell.
I'm not even having a 30, 40 years of experience that I can tell something. I'm
Still.
And I consider myself as a way too junior, like especially with your experience and your kind of learning what you've done with Dr. Sankaran, and that was something else.
No,
And
but still you have learned from so many masters, and you're doing your own practice. You have done the PG. So just a piece of advice for all the students, what they should do, the junior ones especially, that how they should read, and especially like you said, that Dr. Sarkar always says that reading is the thing which you have to do. I have seen him, before going to bed he reads, after waking up he reads, in between he reads, and he reads all the time. So that's how he is. So what is your advice for all?
I forgot to tell you that he gave me his tour of his library. He has a second floor filled with books, with a book with Borik's autograph in it, and he
Wow.
has anatomy book which shows there are 202 bones. So old books and all the new books also, and he has art books also, like Da Vinci, and proper painting book. So I think.
Okay.
That library tour, I think I'll try to make a video and post it on Instagram so that everybody gets a glimpse of it. So, I
Yes,
mean,
please do that.
I think for the message, I'll tell you about, I'll tell you about an anecdote again that I experienced with Dr. Sankaran. So, he had come down to Bangalore for his seminar. So we were there in the committee of thing. So on the last day of him leaving, there was some problem with the traffic, and cab driver nahi aaya tha. Something happened, and I volunteered to drop him. I was like, I can drop him. Like I'm gonna get 1 hour with him, so why wouldn't I, uh, miss out on that? So he knows me because obviously I met him in because of Just You Think and stuff like that. And I email him every Guru Purnima and things like that. I call him my distant guru because I learned a lot from him also. His teachings, his books, especially when I started reading Soul of Remedies, I think that was an eye opener for many of my cases. I still confirm before giving a remedy. I will confirm in Soul of Remedies only and give the remedy. So there's a lot. And I keep emailing also your distant disciple, your distant student. So so it was a fan moment for me to actually have him in my car and take him to the airport. So at that moment, no, when we were talking, and he was asking me, what do you aspire and things like that. What do you want to do? What's your future looking like? Like I was little obviously nervous. Then he gave me a piece of advice that you have to know what you want to do. basically. So he actually, in his words, he gave, there are 4 types of homeopaths. And he started off telling,
Dr. Sheetal, sorry for interruption, but we have only 3 seconds